Good morning.
Liquid glass. It transforms depending on your content or even your context. It beautifully refracts light and dynamically reacts to your movement. Elements once considered for rectangular displays have been redesigned to fit perfectly concentric with the rounded corners of the hardware.
The lock screen has been updated. The time now fluidly adapts to the available space. It also keeps the best part of my photo in view as new information comes in. We generate a spatial scene from your 2D photos, creating a delightful 3D effect as you move your iPhone in your hand. Photos now features separate tabs for library and for collections.
We have some great updates this year to make CarPlay more beautiful and even easier to use. We've also added a compact design when you get a call, so you can still see what's on the screen, like your upcoming directions. iOS 26 also gives you widgets in CarPlay. They're quick and glanceable ways to get information, as well as live activities, so you can stay on top of what's important to you, like a friend's flight status. All of these updates also come to CarPlay Ultra. CarPlay Ultra lets you choose the layout and design of the most important information for you, and adds vehicle controls for features like the radio and climate.
The phone app is fundamental to the iPhone experience. This year, we're giving you the option to choose a new unified layout that brings together your favorites, recents, and voicemails. Now, when you receive a call from an unknown number, call screening helps you quickly gauge whether it's something important or just another pesky telemarketer. The phone app automatically detects hold music and asks if you want it to wait for you. When you tap hold, the music stops, but the call stays connected. This year, we're giving you an exciting new way to bring personality to those shared spaces with backgrounds. We're introducing polls. You can create a poll for anything. And with Apple Intelligence, Messages can detect when a poll might come in handy and suggest one. Now you can request, send, and receive Apple Cash to settle up on concert tickets or the dinner bill right from the group chat. We're also bringing typing indicators for your group chats. We're bringing screening tools to Messages that help you eliminate distractions. We're introducing the ability for you to screen new senders, so your messages go from this, a list cluttered with spam and unknown numbers, to this.
You can mix together two emoji to create something new, like a sloth and a light bulb, for that moment when you're the last one in the group chat to get the joke. We're introducing live translation. Live translation can automatically translate text for you. When you're catching up on FaceTime, you can follow along with translated live captions while you continue to hear your grandmother's voice.
Écoute ma chérie, ajoute une pincée de vanille.
When you're on a phone call, your words are translated as you talk, and the translation is spoken out loud for the call recipients.
Hi, are you available to cater a wedding on December 6th?
Hallo, sind Sie für eine Hochzeit am 6. Dezember verfügbar?
Let's talk about maps. We're introducing visited places. You can choose to have your iPhone detect when you're somewhere, like a restaurant or shop, and then view your visited places in the Maps library. Next, wallet. You can create a digital ID with your US passport. While not a replacement for your physical passport, digital ID can be used for domestic travel at supported TSA checkpoints, in apps, and in person.
We're extending visual intelligence to your iPhone screen, so you can search and take action across your apps.
Say I open a social media app, and I see this great jacket. I want to know where I can get something like this. Now at the top, I have screenshot controls like markup and share. At the bottom, I have visual intelligence tools like this image search button in the bottom right. I can tap here to find similar images on Google or other apps I use frequently.
Workout Buddy is pretty incredible. As soon as you start your run, Workout Buddy can kick off with a pep talk.
Great job starting your run. This is your second run this week. You're crushing it, closing that move ring for 6 straight days.
watchOS also enhances features like the Smart Stack, so it can accurately predict features that could be immediately useful to you. So when you walk into your gym for that regular morning session, a Smart Stack hint will subtly appear. And when you open the Smart Stack, a widget will be ready for you to start your workout. But now, Apple Watch can interpret the ambient noise in your environment and automatically adjust the volume of incoming calls and notifications. Much better. And when you receive a notification that you want to address later, a new wrist flick gesture will dismiss it and take you back to your watch face. You can also use wrist flick to mute incoming calls, silence timers and alarms, or even close the smart stack. We're also giving you a quick new way to capture what's important with Notes, which now comes to Apple Watch.
With tvOS 26, app icons feel more vibrant, thanks to their layered design and new specular highlights that bring depth and detail to every edge. Playback controls refract the content underneath, beautifully complementing the action without distracting from the story. Now, you can set Apple TV to display profiles whenever it wakes from sleep. Apple Music is another favorite. With tvOS, singing along with Apple Music gets even better. Your iPhone becomes the mic, amplifying your voice through the TV with visual effects that light up the big screen.
Let me introduce you to macOS Tahoe. The menu bar is now completely transparent, making your display feel larger. And there are more ways to customize what controls appear in the menu bar and control center. You can change the color of your folders and add a symbol or emoji to give them a unique identity. We're bringing live activities to Mac. So if you've ordered Uber Eats on your iPhone, the live activity also appears in the menu bar. And when you click, the app opens in iPhone mirroring, so you can take action directly on your Mac. We're also enhancing the calling experience by bringing the phone app to Mac.
Spotlight is getting its biggest update ever. It puts your most relevant files within easy reach, including intelligent suggestions based on your routines or what you're currently working on. We're also introducing system and app actions in Spotlight. Say you want to send an email. You can write the message, set the recipient, and add a subject, all without lifting your hands off the keyboard. We're introducing quick keys. For instance, sending a message can be done by simply typing SM. And adding a new reminder can be done by typing AR, and then just typing the reminder. I can now use Spotlight to get to my clipboard history. Here it is, on the right. This is super helpful to get back to an image, some text, or a link I copied earlier in the day.
macOS Tahoe introduces Metal 4, which brings next-generation rendering technologies to games, like frame interpolation, denoising, and more.
Let's start with some of the amazing new spatial experiences coming to visionOS, like widgets. visionOS now has beautiful new widgets like clock, with distinctive and exquisitely detailed clock face designs. Weather that adapts to today's forecast.
With visionOS 26, personas will undergo a dramatic transformation and more realistically represent you. Now, you and your friends can watch the latest movie or play a spatial game together.
iPadOS 26 is a giant release. This is what you've all been waiting for, a new windowing system on iPad.
But now I also have this grab handle in the bottom right to fluidly resize apps into windows. If I previously resized apps, when I open them again, they open back in the exact same size and position. And now I also have a pointer that's more precise and responsive. When I use it to hover over these new buttons in the top left, they expand into familiar controls. Another way I can arrange my windows is with tiling. I can simply flick windows towards the edges to tile. There's even a little grabber here to resize both at the same time. So we're also adding a menu bar on iPad. It's always available from the top of the screen. It's arranged to be familiar with clear, labeled options. And it's a great way to find the features you need quickly.
The new windowing architecture has enabled us to bring it to every iPad that runs iPadOS 26, including iPad and iPad mini.
We're supercharging the Files app. It now includes features like an updated list view to see more details in resizable columns and collapsible folders. It also gets the same folder customization options as macOS, with custom colors and icons that sync across devices, making it easy to spot the one you're looking for. And you can now choose which app you want to open a file with, and set it as the default, like picking Photoshop, Visco, or Darkroom for opening images. We're bringing a beloved app from macOS to iPadOS, Preview. And it also includes familiar tools to edit images and export them in a variety of different formats and sizes. We're also enabling more complex workflows for working with audio and video. When it's time to edit and export your content, we're making that even easier by enabling background tasks on iPad. If you start an extended process, like an export, and switch to another app, the task will continue to run. Background tasks show up as live activities, so you always know what's running, and you always have full control.
Our new OS releases will be available as developer betas today, with a public beta coming next month. And they will be available to all users this fall.